I want to talk to you about something that holds a lot of people back in life. It's the idea that everything needs to be perfect. That if it's not perfect, it's not worth doing. But let me tell you something right now, real is better than perfect. Let me tell you something that will change the way you approach life. Real is better than perfect. I know a lot of you are out there grinding every day, trying to get everything just right. You want your career, your relationships, your life to be flawless. You think that if you just get everything perfect, everything will fall into place. But here's the hard truth: perfection doesn't exist. It's a lie. It's a myth that keeps so many of us from moving forward. And I'm here to tell you, stop chasing perfection. Real is what you need. You see, we all have this tendency to wait for the right moment. We think, I'll start when I'm ready, but let me tell you, you're never going to be completely ready. Life doesn't give you a manual or a perfect checklist. The moment you think you're prepared is often the moment you miss the chance to do something amazing. If you're waiting for perfection, you're going to be waiting forever. The clock is ticking. Every second you spend waiting for perfect is a second you'll never get back. If you're waiting for the perfect plan, the perfect circumstances, the perfect situation to come along, you're going to be left behind. The world moves fast. And while you're waiting for everything to line up just right, someone else is out there taking action. Perfection will never come, but action will get you closer. So stop waiting. Stop thinking that everything has to be perfect. Get real with yourself. Take that first step, even if it's messy. Even if you don't have it all figured out. The real world doesn't care about your plans. The real world cares about what you do with the time you have. I know a lot of you are afraid. You're afraid that you're not good enough. You're afraid that you're going to fail. But guess what? Failure is not the enemy. It's the stepping stone. Failure is part of the process. Perfection, it's a prison. It keeps you stuck. When you try to be perfect, you're never going to make any progress. You're going to spend all your time trying to fix things that don't matter. But when you get real, you give yourself permission to fail, to learn, to grow. Failure is proof that you're trying. And trying is better than doing nothing at all. So what does it mean to be real? It means showing up every day, even when you're scared. It means being authentic, being true to who you are, and not pretending to be someone you're not. It means acknowledging your flaws, your mistakes, your struggles, and still pushing forward. Being real is about being human. And that's more than enough. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be you. Let me tell you something else. Being real gives you the freedom to evolve. When you stop chasing perfection, you give yourself permission to grow. When you embrace the real you, the messy you, the flawed you, that's when the magic happens. That's when you're free to change, to adapt, to make mistakes and learn from them. And every time you make a mistake, you're one step closer to where you want to be. Every time you fall, you rise stronger. You can't do that if you're stuck trying to be perfect. I want you to stop worrying about what people think. Too many of us are so afraid of what others might say if we fail, or if we're not perfect. But the truth is, people respect real. They respect those who are willing to take risks, who are willing to put themselves out there, even if it means failing. People connect with authenticity, with vulnerability. They don't want to see someone who's pretending to have it all together. They want to see the struggle. They want to see someone who gets back up after falling down. That's what makes you relatable. That's what makes you human. I've been there. I've made mistakes. I've failed. I've tried and failed again. And let me tell you something, none of that was perfect. But guess what? None of that stopped me. None of that stopped the people I admire. They didn't wait for the perfect moment. They took action, made mistakes, learned from them, and kept going. That's the power of being real. It's the willingness to show up and try, even if you don't have it all figured out. If you're waiting for the right moment, if you're waiting for everything to line up, I'm telling you now, you're going to miss the bus. You'll miss the opportunity that could change everything for you. The perfect moment is now. The perfect time is right in front of you. Stop looking for perfection and start looking for ways to be real, to take action, to move forward. Every time you hesitate, you're letting fear control your life. Don't let fear decide your future. Perfectionism kills creativity. It kills progress. When you try to be perfect, you're afraid to make mistakes, and that fear paralyzes you. You need to embrace imperfection. You need to embrace the fact that you're not going to get it right every time. And that's okay. Because real growth comes from real experience. It comes from trying, failing, and trying again. That's the process. The process is messy. It's full of failures, setbacks, and challenges. But that's what makes success so sweet. That's what makes it real. Don't let perfectionism rob you of your dreams. Don't let it rob you of your potential. Don't let it rob you of your ability to make an impact. Your imperfections are what make you unique. It's your flaws, your scars, your experiences that shape who you are and what you bring to the world. Stop hiding behind the idea of perfection and start embracing who you are. The real you is enough. The world doesn't need another perfect person. The world needs real people who are willing to show up, make mistakes, learn, and grow. Perfection might look good on paper, but it's real people who change the world. Real people who are brave enough to be vulnerable, brave enough to take risks, and brave enough to keep going, even when it's tough. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing to try. Perfection isn't freedom. Perfection is a cage. It's a box you put yourself in, and it keeps you from doing the things you're capable of doing. Real is freedom. Real is the courage to try, to fail, to learn, and to keep growing. You can't grow in a perfect world. You can only grow in a real, messy, unpredictable one. Don't be afraid of the mess. The mess is where the magic happens. The truth is, you're already enough. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You just need to be real. Embrace your authenticity. Embrace your flaws, your quirks, your challenges. And know that as you show up, as you get real with the world, you're going to inspire someone else to do the same. You're going to give them permission to stop hiding and start living. That's what being real does. It sets people free. So stop worrying about being perfect. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop thinking that you have to get it all together. You don't. What you need to do is take action. Do the work. Be consistent. Fail and rise again. That's how you make progress. That's how you move forward. Because in the end, it's not about being perfect. It's about being real, and real is better.